Hello YouTube, welcome to my first ever guide. This is especially my first ever Homelander guide, so if I am a little bit confused on what to say, just bear in mind my first time. Alright, first off we'll go over basic strings. So first off, Rise of a Hero, 121. This is a good starting string, and it is completely safe on block. -6. Stand 1 is +1, 1, 2 is -4, so you lose your turn if the opponent is slow to react to it. And obviously -6, and there's no armor gap in the string. Yeah, so that, no armor gap at all. So next we got Heroic De-Escalation, back 142. This is a hard knockdown which sends the opponent full screen, and just like the other string, it has no armor gap. It is -10 though, so you can actually punish it. Even though this is a 6-frame punish, it's -10. Alright, so backhanded phrase. This is forward 1-2. This is your fastest mid at 11 frames, and it's -2. The whole string itself is -6. Ends in a high, but if you land the first hit, you can't duck it anyway, so. And plus, it's a very good knockdown also. Keeps you right next to the opponent. Backhanded Compliment, alright, 2-on-2. Same combo ender, but you start off with a 10-frame high. Okay. Backhanded Compliment, 2-1 is -2 on block, whole string is -6. Stand 2 in itself is -5, so you lose your turn. Righteous Day. Now this is your second fastest button, at 8 frames, but it's got very poor range. As you can see. Now the string is actually +1 in block. And stand 2 itself is, back to itself is -6. But there is a grab attached to the string. Back 2 to 1+3. Or you could just use your grab button. It's not too bad. It's mainly used to start combos using other cameos, which I'll get to later on. Blaze it up, forward 4. Now this got nerfed. If you're wondering why people are not getting hit for a full combo from this string as much, because this button used to hit low. 15-frame low. And basically almost start of round. Start of a round range, plus you can't hit the lasers. Now the thing about it, this button is, it's actually quite slow to recover with, if you whiff it. And up close it's -11 on block, so depending on the range it is completely safe. Alright, Meltdown. Now this is the only low Homelander has from his basic strings, unless you're talking about pokes, which I'll get into after combo strings. 7% low, and it is -9, so you can punish it from up close. But it is a reactable low at 20 frames. Go over the pokes. So first one is down 1. It's a 7-frame poke. I forgot to turn off reversal mode, but it is what it is. Below the belt, down 1. It's +12 in hit, 7 frames startup. It's not the best poke, but it gets the job done. Down 3, ankle breakers, 9 frames, +11 also. It's not a bad poke. -9 and -8. Down 1 and 3. Down 4, you've got a lot more range to work with, but it is slower and more punishable at -10. As you can see, sometimes -9 if you can hit it max range. Yeah, max range it can be -6. As you can see. Special moves, we're just going over a few of them, or we'll go over the ones on the list, but I'll show you the dirty special moves later. So first off, laser eyes. It's a decent projectile, 7%. Now I use the meter burn lasers a lot, not because it does 12% and a knockdown for her to block all, so she has full health. If I meter burn the lasers, it's 5% chip, which is nasty, and it is at most ranges, or at every range, even up close, completely safe. -6 up close, -2 around here, +3, and max range is +7, which is still very good. You can do it after, say, 4-4. You want to keep yourself safe. Look at that range. Neutral. You're neutral at this range. And that's the range you want to be with using 4-4. Alright, dirty trick. Homelander has a parry. Although this doesn't work like other parries in this game, this only parries punches. Dirty trick. Parries most punch basic attacks, including overheads and jumping attacks. So even parries jump-ins. And if you meter burn it, you get a full combo because you're put into flight, as you can see. Yeah, and you get a full combo off it. So, dirty trick is useful in some scenarios, but not all. As you can see, 30% off a basic combo. First off, blast. We'll talk about blast off first. This is your armored attack. This is your armor move. Now, as you can see, horizontal hitbox is poor. Even meter burn. But vertical range, it's really good. It's really good for catching people trying to jump over you. And once you hit them with it, it sends your opponent full screen. Even there, it's not too bad. Alright, next, low lasers. This is your mid projectile. It is quite slow and it's very unsafe, even at full screen. And even up close. Up close it is -20, so you're not saving yourself when you use this move. But the thing about this, it's a mid, and like I said about the high lasers, doing 5% chip damage, they do the exact same here. Internally made to block all. 5% same chip damage. Oh, high laser is actually a little bit more chip damage, but same ordeal. Sky laser. Alright, so this is your anti-air projectile. Good for catching people jumping full screen. And if you meter burn it, it's a good way to extend combos when you have the opponent cornered, which I'll show off later on during the combo section. Alright, sweeping laser. Sweeping laser is quite a dirty trick because it may not hit full screen, it hits about 3/4 of a screen, but if you touch that laser at all, it's a guaranteed 8%. Look how far the opponent is actually pushed. Even from here. So I'm right in your face already. But here's another thing I forgot to mention. +3 on block. So this is a way to actually get plus frames on the more casual level, because it is very slow, and I wouldn't recommend doing this right in the opponent's face unless you know they think you're going for a... Oh, I showed something that you're not supposed to see yet. Alright, next. God Complex. This is a low, a jump in low, forget to mention, which you can also cancel out of and save yourself. So you could do cheeky God Complex cancels right in the opponent's face because they're expecting with low, because it hits quite fast.
What's the point?
Maybe go for a cheeky throw, go for a low, maybe some, I don't know, maybe go for some overheads, which I will show you later. Now we're on to the dirty stuff. So first off, let's say your opponent has really good projectiles and you want to try and get in. Diabolical Dash. This is the best dash move in the entire game. A, because it covers a lot of ground. Even from full screen, I can't go further back. Diabolical Dash, I'm right in your face. Then you've got 4 options from the Diabolical Dash. That goes for the air version too, which I'll talk about later. Soaring Strike. This is your grounded combo extender. I wouldn't recommend it as a starter unless you are practicing Homelander for the first time. It's a good way to get your combo started. Then you can also do it from the air, which I'll show you now. And look at that, it hits overhead. So if you practice this enough, instant overhead. Not really instant, but from here you can get an instant overhead, which is completely dirty. And I love it too, to be honest. The 7 Slam. Alright, so after grounded Diabolical Dash, you can also go into a throw. 9%, and even from full screen, you can grab the opponent from full screen. But if you do it from this far, people are gonna know that you're gotta try and get the grab, because with cameos, say for Janet, you get a full combo. Say for Janet, you want to get the restand going. If I want to go for damage, I could get 19%, which puts yourself in the corner if you're mid-screen. Then if we want to end with a knockdown, you can also with forward 1-2. Crippling Knee. So this is a mid-hitting knee strike, which you cannot combo from yourself, but if you've got characters like Janet, that's a full combo. Now the catch for this is, let me turn you on to block all. It is unsafe at -19, so it's a full punish. And that's to stop your opponent from trying to duck the command grab, because it is a high command grab. As you can see, it is a high command grab, but that's where Crippling Knee comes in. So you can try and stop people from ducking your command grab. As you can see, not too bad damage also. Also, it's a decent way to end combos in the corner, even though you're not as plus. Yeah, if you're trying to go for knockdown pressure, you're best using forward 1-2 because it's a fast ender and is a lot easier than going for 2-1-2. Now, corporate kick. So I'll get the opponent to stop ducking for this. Now, full screen, again, you can boot him from full screen and it causes a hard knockdown. And it hits high, and that's the catch for this move. So if your opponent knows to duck the command grab, he knows to duck the corporate kick also. Because if I set the opponent to block, it is +4 on block. I mean, you can try and do that, but it's not really the fastest way to get pressure going. You're best going for back 1, because it reaches. And see there. It's got good range, so it can actually reach the opponent. Back to double dash, grounding fist. So like I said, this move does hit overhead. And it's a good... This is your go-to combo starter. So say you're doing 1, 2. That's a good way to start combos. I'll get into the flight after, so just bear in mind. Vault drop. Alright, so this is mainly a combo ender when you're in flight. This is a very good combo ender. So as you can see, let me showcase. So you can move anywhere on the screen once you have used the vault drop, and the opponent's left in a hard knockdown. And if you've seen Homelander stuff, you know where shit can get crazy with this character. Gliding knee. Not really the best. No, I don't really use this much because it's the same as the grounded diabolical dash knee strike. It is -15. Now, hovering impact. This is another interesting one. So when you're in the... So this move lets you stay in the air, and it is actually neutral on block, so you both recover at the exact same time. So we move at the same time. So this is neutral, so you can try and go for another jump kick to try and catch mashing. Move on to the really dirty stuff now. Flight. This is... If you're talking to people about Homelander moves that annoy the fuck out of people, they will mention flight. Not because you can go and shoot lasers from full screen and the highest point, let's say here. Look at that. Imagine trying to zone that. Plus you could also shoot straight across too. Now, the thing is, Homelander does not have any overheads in his strings, as you remember. But his jump punches hit overhead. His jump kicks hit overhead. Now, the thing about flight, if you activate flight, you get access to all of your jump-ins right in the opponent's face. So if you are skilled enough, watch the screen. Instant overhead. I forgot to mention you could also do overhead low. You could do overhead into another overhead. You've got so many options from here. And it's also a good way to keep yourself safe on some special moves. Now I'll go over Kameo selection. So there are a number of cameos that I have tried out and I think are really good. Some are not great, some are just bad. I'll list my top 5, I'll call it. So number 1, Janet Cage. She gives you combos off his command grab and also restand. Plus you can do puppet combos, which I'm still practicing myself. Plan to get better with it. Number 2, Farah. She gives you easy damage, combos off command grab 30%. 30% one bar command grab combos, actually, to be precise. Which is very good for a character to have, plus she has her own mix-ups on top of that. Now, controversial one. Number 3, I'm picking Darius. Darius is becoming my favorite cameo now, post Homelander nerfs. Insert Darius clip here to show you one.
Action!
So yeah, you see why that is. He is considered my favorite now at the moment. Next, I'll say Chameleon, because Chameleon things, she also gives you a combo of command grab and all that. I'll list off another few others that are pretty good. Motaro is really good. He gives you throw combos and also safety with the teleport. Sector is good because safety and armor breaking setups sometimes. Same with Sonya, armor breaking setups. She's not too bad. Komeo, if you can set up the low hat, is very strong. Although you can only really do it once. That's why I prefer to use Darius, which you can do it twice and delete and 100% of someone's health bar, and it's just insane. Cyrax only really works in a corner. Other than that, you don't really get much out of him. Shujinko is okay for stealing moves, that's about it. Tremors, I might look into Tremor a bit more. I did try him out a little bit beforehand, but I might give him another shot, and if my opinion changes on Tremor, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, I think he's pretty good. Jax is a bit 50-50, I'd say. He gives you, obviously, the unblockable, which, depending on the range of Homelander, you can either make that into a combo, or Jax just hits both of you for some reason. Even in the air. Is what it is. Serena is just a basic combo extender. And Zona, so not much about that. So yeah, that would be my cameo choice. My top cameo choices are Janet, Farah, and Darius. For the more experienced players, because Darius can be a bit tricky to get going. So Janet, Farah, Darius, Chameleon, Motaro. That's where I say my 5 are. Game plan, or how to use Homelander in actual matches. So first off, I like to stick to forward 4 range. Forward 4 or back 1. Because these 2 buttons are really good. Even though this is a high, it's a far advancing high, and it can catch people trying to jump in on you. So back 1 is a good spacing tool. Forward 4 especially is still a good zone spacing tool. Go for anti-airs. So first off, stand 1 is a great anti-air. And as you can see, 31% actually. Mid-screen. Plus then you can set up Darius after that too. Other anti-airs, obviously back 1. Because as you can see, still very easy. very good. That's a game plan if I'm playing a character that can extend my command grabs into combos. So, a couple of things I forgot to mention. That Homelander actually can tick throw off of these. Off some of his strings, especially back 1-4 tick throw, forward 4 tick throw. Now those are the ones that can actually work instantly, but forward 1, back 1, or back 1, if you delay the throw a little bit, forward 1 and back 1 is a great tick throw. Even yeah, look at these. The amount of tick throws Homelander has is quite insane. It doesn't work off stand 3, stand 4 though. Now say you're using Farah, which gives you a free combo. Go for something basic, you're getting 23%, but if you so 25% off meterless command grab. Then if you spin bar, you're getting 29, almost 30%. Alright, let's go over the best combos for Homelander. I'll go over his best combo strings for combos and combo starters, combo enders, special moves, all sorts. Alright. So I do like using back 1 a lot for combo starters, especially if I'm playing at this range. I'll say something like that. That's pretty basic, but you can also get more. You know, already 28%, that's not too bad. Now, here's a trick for Homelander. If you're right in the opponent's face, you can use the jump kicks to get your combos started, and it does good damage. Let's go try stand 1. If I was to do the jump and punch, 30%. If I was to do jump kicks, that's already a little bit extra, but I can optimize that more. So jump. And already 31%, so that's a decent increase. If you want to spin the bar, you can, and the damage you get is a lot better. So 33 off that, and like. So already I'm getting 34% with one bar. Now, surprisingly enough, with how bad the range is, back 2-2 is your most damaging combo starter. As you can see, 37% off that. Then you could also go. If you want to do combo resets with Janet Cage, you can. Now I'll throw up some other combos on the screen, ranging from easy difficulty to some of the harder stuff that you can do with Homelander. So put them up now and I'll come back.